thank you for being there. I started this blog by telling you that I was diagnosed with cancer. And I told you my story week after week, telling you what happened and how things evolved. And then came the operation. Of course, something big, something important. And then I told you how things were after the operation. But now I'm in a place where things are not that important. It's as if I climbed a mountain, a very important mountain, say the Everest or something, K2 or Aconcagua, whatever. And then I went down, and now I'm in base camp. And what can I tell you about this interesting life in base camp? And then at the same time, this stage I'm in, this part of my life is also very important. It's a place where I have to reconstruct or rebuild things. I have to have a certain patience, and I have to go through this part. And then I wonder, okay, what I'm going to tell my followers, my people, about this stage. And honestly, it's a part where, yeah, on the one hand, you see that your body is in a total mess. Your skin is a disaster. You still see in your body the side effects of your chemo. You still see in your body the pain and everything that is the result of the operation. And you have to nurse your little body back to health. And on the other hand, you have your mind that is also pretty weak. You still have this chemo brain there bugging you, and then you're not able to remember many things. So you have to really have a lot of patience. At the same time, something interesting happens. You know that cancer is behind you. You know that your operation is behind you. And now you're starting a new life. You're starting life without cancer, life after cancer. And this sort of little timid introduction to your life without cancer is a very important part. Because you start dreaming already. You start dreaming again. You start thinking about what you're going to do with your life now. How are you going to change things? What things you'll be doing differently? All these things start to come up in your mind. And it is a really wonderful stage. It's a really wonderful time for you to start dreaming again. Because you're like, okay, I know I can dream again. And for example, today we went for a walk. And I saw how my body started to feel better. Because without even thinking, I started walking, moving my arms. And that was like unthinkable yesterday. And then, because before I had to walk just holding my hands, like my arms like this, because of the pain in the upper body. But then you realize, like, wow, I can do it. And every day you feel a little bit better. And so, it's like, yes, I'm going to make it. I need patience. I know my body is still in a sort of post-war stage, and I have to reconstruct many things and rebuild many things, and with a lot of patience, but I know I'll make it. And there's a text that really comes in very handy, and I read this weekend. And it's found in the very last verse, the very last book of the Old Testament, Malachi 4, and verse 2, it says, "But for you who obey me, says the Lord, my saving power will rise on you like the sun and bring healing like the sun's rays. You will be as free and happy as calves let out of a stall." And I can imagine these little calves jumping up and down and happy because they are let out of their stall. They are free now to do whatever they want. And this is what I feel now. I'm really let out of this stall that kept me sort of a prisoner in the last months, with this sickness. And now it's like, yeah, let's live life now. Of course, I have to be patient, very patient. But this is how I feel now, and this is what I wanted to tell you today. I wish you a great week. Hopefully, you'll be there next week when I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about my story. Bye. Cheers.